Good afternoon.
What's up, folks? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening.
Oh, good. Sorry, good night.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Another Sunday in the book. I feel like we haven't seen everyone in so long.
It's been some time.
Y'all were live watching us, and we appreciate you're back, and we're back.
Yeah,
Hope everyone had
appreciation.
Yeah, exactly.
We appreciate.
We'll get into that. Kind of last minute. We changed what we wanted to talk about, but we'll go into that in a little bit. But appreciate the good weekend we had. I feel like it was eventful for sure.
It's gonna be one of the last ones of good weather too. So.
Yeah, now it's starting to get cold.
Yeah,
it was so windy.
Chilly.
It was insanely windy yesterday. I'm trying to think what's been new since we've chatted with everyone.
Well, for myself, since we've been live on this thing, I have not told anyone that I did that camping trip with Carl.
Oh, that's right.
We'll have to.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, it was a cool one. Just so you guys know, went with Carl. We did a portage trip, 3 days, 2 nights in Algonquin. Sick. A lot of work, but worth it. Fun time for sure.
Did Carl do everything that he said he would when he does camping? I know there was some.
Yeah, no, he wasn't a liar. That's for sure.
So the handies and everything.
Everything. He'd he'd wake you up in your tent with like a little morning BJ, and then offer you a cup of coffee. I was like, damn, you're a good host out in the woods.
Did you have to provide your own cream? Is that why he did that?
That's it. And he'd spit back into the cup and hand it to you. You know, he didn't even bring a tent. He just brought a tarp, and then he'd get such crazy morning wood that it would like pitch his tent.
Sick. So everyone likes camping with Carl.
It's great.
During the nighttime,
it was like an 8-man tent in there.
Yeah, but during the nighttime, because his morning wood didn't kick in, he had no tent. It was just a sleeping bag.
Oh, fuck, he's here. Carl says it was a good time. You guys got to come CUM next time.
Oh, yeah, baby. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn right.
Yeah, I think we're talking about... Matty, was that something that you would do?
No. God, no. Are you kidding me?
You're a glamper, huh?
I don't even... Not even that. I don't go outside.
Cottage.
When he's getting into his car, he literally sprints there, so there's as little time outside as possible.
I'm allergic to the outside. I did sound like it was a good time, just not my kind of good time.
Oh, it's a blast. Lucas, would you do it next time?
100%, yeah. I like doing that kind of stuff where it's like, I don't know, like
basically
an exercise and an event at the same time. Like, fuck it. I'm down with that.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's a win-win.
Yeah, and then you just feel like, go for it.
I was going to say, well, maybe we'll actually come back to this, but I wanted, before I forget, did that trip help you come to appreciate something that you do presently more than before the trip? I just want to say that so that we can come back to that, but just kind of in line with the theme today.
Yeah, okay.
I think that I wanted to know if there's anything that you like, kind of like a takeaway from that trip.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put a pin in
that. What else? What else is new? Yeah, we baby shower yesterday. I don't know if we've actually ever talked about this really on the podcast. My sister, she's due in a month, so we had a baby shower yesterday, which was fucking blast.
So exciting.
And apparently it's out of the norm that guys are invited to those things.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I would go again if we get to drink that much in every baby shower.
It was a blast,
Yeah, it was a good time. And yeah, there were some relay races and some fun games. One of the games, I had left before they had played this, but they were playing beer pong, but instead of the beer pong balls, it was pacifiers.
Sick.
As the ball. And then the other one was, cornhole where you toss the beanbags, but their beanbags had like sperm tails on them. Yeah, pretty clever.
That's good.
Those were some of the games. And then the relay race, what you had to do was you had to chug a Jaeger bomb out of a bottle.
How was that?
Oh my God, I almost puked. I legit almost puked.
That's so gross.
It looked
like a big shot too. It looked like a big shot.
Yeah. Oh, it was like 70 milliliters. It was like a ton.
Yo.
I assume that's what the 70 was. But the worst part was our team. So Luke and I were on the same team, but we had 2 DDs. So like other people on your team had to then drink. So you basically had to drink for 2 people each. And I went first, and I was gonna drink for Courtney on our team, and then go after. But because I almost puked, I'm like, Lucas, you have to go next. I can't. I do not. I'm literally gonna puke in the middle of this race.
So I got finessed. Because then I went up for him. I drank from the pacifier. By the way, it comes out like such the tiniest stream that
it sucks.
It's like chugging a 2-liter bottle equivalent in terms of how fast you chug 70 milliliters. And it's just like it's just terrible because it's Jaeger. You're like, yo, just finish it. So I finished the first bottle and turn around and run back like, oh, now you're drinking for you. I'm like, what? So I had to drink twice in a row, which Matty was trying to avoid. So he put me in that situation where I had to drink twice.
I
was like,
yeah.
God damn it. Man. But yeah, the balloons were impossible to pop. Like, my first partner, one of our friends, she had the balloon, and I'm like, yo, just charge at me with it. So like I just like face backwards. And I was like, yo, just go for it. And like we struggled like 18 times.
Yeah,
she was just humping me at one point. I was like, okay, like the balloon's not going anywhere.
The balloon's popped. Please stop.
She's not even holding. The balloon's just on the ground. She's like, oh, pop the balloon, not your cherry. I was like, oh, awkward. Right.
You just finger popping.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was a good time. And we also listened to a DJ at another event that spoke more on the mic than actually played music. Which
yo, can I say his name?
I don't want to. No.
What do you mean? People deserve not to hire him again.
Sounds like a bad review.
No. So
yeah.
Legit, this DJ, I think every song interrupted each song minimum 3 times.
To like say something.
Sometimes it's just to shout himself out. I'm like,
himself?
Yeah, himself.
Yeah, like call it like like you say your DJ name or whatever.
Oh, gross.
So the part was I didn't mind that like it would have been fine if he was talking, but the problem is when he talked, he like the music was
muted the music
off. Like the music stopped.
He would lower.
So when he's talking just over nothing, and I'm like, dude, like at least let the music play.
Yeah, what the hell?
It was weird. It was a little weird, but.
And then we ended the night with like an hour mix of reggae, so everyone was falling asleep, and I was like, "This is great."
Was that? Yeah, that is how that.
Yeah.
Very eventful weekend. My body's tired. My liver's tired.
Speaking of your liver, what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking. I'm taking it easy. Crack Canoe. The Moosehead light beers for tonight. Excuse me. What about you guys?
What you got, Lucas?
I'm not drinking alcohol today. I can't mix it with my pain meds, so I have to drink. I'm drinking.
You can. It actually it's advised so that you enjoy it more. Actually, is what they say.
Yeah, they don't want you to have such a great time. That's
oh shit! Should I just chase these Advil and Tylenols with some vodka?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Let's you
should actually break it down and dissolve it in your.
That vodka. Makes sense. Why Tylenol and Smirnoff have the same like logo color? So it's
it's a pairing. It's a pairing for sure. I thought you guys would have been with me with.
I would have if I didn't drink 12 of them.
1,000 of them. Yeah, honestly, yeah. So.
No joke. I probably got 30 cans of that for my birthday from various different people.
It's a way to fuck.
No joke. 30 cans.
Why aren't you drinking the nudes I got you?
I'm literally returning those this week.
I should have opened the case so you can return it.
Yeah, crack one can.
Carl said that it's not as bad as the camping trip's not as bad. We worked moderately hard, but it can be done a lot easier. I think you need a longer trip to really get that feeling.
Maybe for him because he's done it so many fucking times, but like my first time ever doing it.
Carl, how many times have you done it?
With some takeaways. Excuse me.
But so we'll get into this week's topic, appreciation, after Lucas hits us with the joke of the week.
Boom. Get us, Lucas.
All right, guys. So my son...
time out. Sorry. If you fail, you got to do a shot with your medication.
Like I take an extra hit of Tylenol? Or I take a shot
plus a shot of vodka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, those...
So
they
don't fuck
pair
up.
perfectly, right? Like, that's... So my son, who's into astronomy, asked me how stars die, right? I say, usually an overdose.
Jesus.
It's fucking true, though.
Yeah, I think I'd be curious to see if there's like a percentage of, especially like in the 70s and 80s. Actually, it's still probably prevalent now, but not. I feel like it was way more prevalent back in the day. But like, what percentage of celebrities have like OD'd?
In comparison to just like natural causes?
Yeah.
Does any celebrity die of natural causes? Like any?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks
will.
None.
Tom Hanks will.
What do you? Sorry, what do you think they die from then?
All overdose and murder.
All one or the other.
So, yeah.
That one was okay, Lucas.
Thanks, man.
Like,
Yeah, it was aight. I'll still
Yeah.
drink.
yeah, sure.
I
whatever.
appreciate it.
I'll drink too.
I appreciate that.
I'm just doing it for your back and your medication.
Yeah.
My neck, my back.
So, yeah. So some background to why, I kind of decided I had asked, can we talk about this? So interesting. It's like when things happen, even with COVID, it's like I feel like I've never been exposed to a scenario where like someone in my circle has it or something like that. Like you never think it's going to be you.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 2 weeks, I have gotten news of two different workplaces that I worked at. Someone passing away, like suddenly, like out of nowhere. The most recent one, Matt Cruz, was someone I worked with at Walmart back in the day. Apparently, he was in an Uber and he was like 700 meters from his house. Like, yeah, and was like, I don't know if their car was like T-boned or something, but yeah. And I was like, just something, an everyday thing. And
That's crazy.
you never know. And it's like really like I've started to be like, you got to appreciate life's so like fragile. You never know. Right. And
Yeah.
I guess because it's like like the first one that happened was like, holy shit. Like it's obviously both are very sad, but it's like, you never expect that. Like, because when I was reading the news article too, it just said like a Mississauga man. Like it takes like the whole personal piece out of it, and it's like it's sad to think that, like, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
is that going to be me one? Like, could that be me one day? Like, I'm just another man in
Georgetown
Yeah. You know
boy
the headline.
dies.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's so sad to think that just like that it could be on. I was like, you know what? We should appreciate or talk about things that we appreciate, because you never know. You never know. You never really know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it because it's so fucking cliche, but Drake had it right when he said, "You only live once." Like,
it's true, man.
That's the motto.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I appreciate just being able to, just having all of my limbs work. Because even though I just had my back injury, bro, like people who like couldn't have even hurt by the way I did. So I did squats and I hurt my back. But like, there's people who are like, let's say people who are wheelchair bound who are like, bro, like, don't even complain about like that kind of shit. Like, I don't even just, I can't even do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, like, take it for granted, right? Just having fully functional body parts is crazy.
Yeah, and it would be even tougher, I'm sure, coming from, maybe at one point having full function of all of your limbs, and then, diagnosed or battling something that you use it like that. Shout out to those people, because that transition, it really puts into perspective like how much you use, your hands or your, whatever body part that is that you use, the ability to use. Kudos to those people, all of you out there battling that fight, because that's I respect that a lot. That's tough.
I don't know if you guys ever had this guest speaker in high school, but there was a guy who came in to my high school and he had no arms. Pretty sure he was born without arms. And it was like a motivational speech for everybody. And he was telling us how he drove there with just his feet, and he was fucking playing the drums for us, and he was killing it. And I was like, yo, like, I have no excuse for anything.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
This guy has no arms and he could drive here. He could rip it on a drum kit. Like, I'm almost embarrassed that I'm not doing my full potential at all times.
Yeah. So that really puts into perspective, like, what's the reason that I can't do any of these things? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's I want to say that we had something like that. I just don't recall if we had that exact. You don't know his name by chance, do you?
I do not remember his name, no. I'm sure you could Google him. He's probably got a little bit of a following now. But yeah, to your point there, the whole what reason do we have not to do it? 99% of the time, I'm pretty sure our reason is we're just too big a bitch to do it.
Yeah.
We're
lazy.
Yeah, exactly. We're just being soft ass bitches. And can't muster up the energy. Like, are you kidding?
There's even a professional gamer who actually plays on a controller with just his head. Like, he's paraplegic, and he plays with just his face, he like licks like
Yeah,
the joystick
does
and
he have
everything.
something to
What?
And you'll see him play, and you're like, this guy's playing better than me. I am trash at the game, Call of Duty, but this guy's like destroyed. Like I'm pretty sure he killed me in a video. He might as well have, because like I'm like, damn dude, this guy's absolutely crushing it, and he's in the competitive scene doing that kind of stuff when people like would be playing normally, can't even perform at that kind of standard. It's just nuts.
Yeah, that's.
And how do you even learn how to play like that and like, get your controller set up with your mouth? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's interesting how much of a community there is for that, for like accessibility features, for especially in games. I've seen it a lot lately of what features there are that exist to accommodate that, which, you know, obviously it's not something you think about, but I've been seeing in a lot more games, or even on Reddit, people saying like, you know, this is how, you know, this game has mods that let someone like me, who like in a scenario like that, yeah, like I can't use the keyboard or one side of the keyboard because of the way my, you know, my limbs function. And it's like, it's great to see that like the like developers and stuff like plan for that in the future, or in like their releases, is that they make it accommodating in that sense.
Yeah, it even dates pretty far back. Like back when I was in high school, like 2009ish, there was a game called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You guys probably know of it. Not everyone, not all the viewers might know. But we had a colleague who actually had one arm, and there was controller settings that were already preset built into the game that made his life a lot easier, which was like Southpaw or whatever that he played with, and he played with one arm, and he was actually doing fairly well. But just because developers already had a controller input, just to give people options, it just happened that one of those options worked great for what he needed, and I was like, yo, that's nuts, that's sick.
So we will start to go back to this question before I forget. So, what would you say you had a newfound appreciation for after you're doing the portage trip?
I think it's the little things. I think it was the little things. Like I knew it was going to be a tough trip. Again, this was my first time ever doing it. So even if it was a 250-meter portage, I've never done any portage. So it'll pose new challenges no matter what. I knew it was going to be a tough trip. But I guess I always knew, you know, you got to put in the work to, you know, enjoy the time off, you know, work hard, play hard kind of thing. But I really appreciated just, you know, sitting around a campfire and just enjoying everyone's presence, because, you know, we busted our ass. We rode for like, I don't know, 4 hours a day. Sorry, paddled, I should say. We paddled for 4 hours a day, did these crazy portages, what I think is crazy portages. And then finally get to camp, set up, get our food cooking, and then just enjoying the fruit of your labor. I really appreciated that. And doing nothing too. Like we didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I sat in a chair next to a fire for the rest of the day being like, fuck it, I earned this. And just being happy with that instead of always being like, oh, I got to do something. Oh, let's play a game. Let's go swim. Let's go. Nah, I'm cool. Let me just sit here and just enjoy the moment. And it was, that's probably the appreciation that I found in that trip.
That reminds me of like whenever I do like a house project or a cottage project, and like you build something, and then you actually enjoy what you've built. Like let's say like I built like a gazebo, sitting underneath it at the end of it, just putting the furniture. I'm like, oh, so nice that this is over with. Like it's done. Like it took me like 4 or 5 hours, but then you have that for years now to enjoy, right?
Yeah. Especially when you're the one captaining the project, for sure.
Oh yeah.
We lose Matt there? I think we did.
Yeah, maybe he shouldn't blur his background.
That's what it is. All right, well, Matt's frozen. I had a question for him, but I guess we'll wait till he comes back. But yeah, no, like I was saying about your gazebo thing, once you captain a project, and I mean, you very much did that, right? Like you went and you found that fireplace, you got the lights and stuff, and you put it all together. It's nice to be like, look what I did. No matter how small it is.
And it just all comes together in the end. You're like, okay, I got this piece done. You enjoy it. Then you do like everything comes in. So it was like, we got the fire pit, gazebo, and then barbecue on 3 separate days. And once all 3 of them were in place, you're like, yo, I can't wait to do something with this. Like throw a, you know, with COVID related, you know, throw a jam.
Yeah. Oh shit, we lost.
At least try to. And yeah, no, it's so sick. But yeah, for years too, because when you're actually doing like physical, like hard trained labor, and then you have to reach a destination, that's sick.
Yeah, exactly. Finally making it there. Like I know for sure on day 2, once we got back to land, Like, I was a little sick of paddling. Like, we had just finished another 4 or 5 hour trek, and once we got to camp and I got out of the canoe and just walked up a little bit to our campsite, I'd be like, you know what? Thank fucking God, because I don't want to sit in the canoe for another couple hours. Like, we got a whole day between us and getting in this fucking boat again.
If it wasn't for the other people, was there a point where you're like, yo, I'm done? Or were you like the whole time, no, like I got this? Or was it more so that since people were around you, like, I can't be the only bitch who
No, yeah. There was no point where I wanted to quit. There were definitely times where I'm like, this is harder than I expected. But yeah, no, I knew I had it the whole time. Everyone's such a nice crew too. It's such a nice gang of guys that when we get to the portage, I was under the impression like everyone carries their shit to the next side. But some people, they've done it a bunch of times. And since there's more people, like 2 people would carry a canoe and the other guy'd be like, fuck it, I got nothing to do. Let me grab your shit and go kind of thing. So everyone's just kind of helping each other out. So like the first couple portages, everyone was helping my brother and I out. And I was like, yo, like, fuck off, guys. Like, I kind of want to prove that I can do this. Like, don't carry my shit. I got this. So like one of the last portages, my brother and I were like, fuck it, we're not leaving anything behind. Because usually what we do is like we'd carry our bags to the other side, go back, grab the canoe. But by the time we got back, someone else got the canoe. So like one of the last portages we did, I was like, fuck it, we're carrying everything one shot. I don't want to give anyone a reason to carry our shit and take this from us. Like, we got to do it.
How'd that go?
It actually wasn't that bad. It was like the shortest portage we had. I think it was something like close to maybe it was 250, 300 meters. I don't remember. It's heavy as fuck.
I thought you were gonna be like, yo, and someone still jacked my shit because it's too heavy for me. I was like, oh, sick, man, sick.
No, I did that one portage. I did it. Got that under my belt.
Yeah, even I don't know. It's funny because like I was talking with Christina, just appreciating just like things that we're able to do that, first world problems and all, right? Like not everyone has accessibility to just like go out and go skydiving, for example.
Yeah.
Like, an event like that where it's like you're so scared, like, or bungee jumping, any of those events where like you have to like face your fears, and at the end of it, you're like, oh, so worth it. Like I got out of my system, I can say I got it done. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, except they didn't sell T-shirts. We tried. So nice, such a great feeling. And then like you get like the whole like euphoric feeling of like that adrenaline. You're like, oh, I gotta be a better person now. You know what I mean? I did no, that doesn't happen. I just ate like a buffet after and felt like shit anyway. So.
Now, you being, I mean, I know we kind of touched upon this a little bit before, but you being someone who's terrified of heights, how did that change, or did that change anything for you?
I think what made it easier is knowing that someone else is risking their life with me. So in the back of my mind, though I had all this fear of looking down, we were above the clouds, right? So when I was peeking outside the airplane, it's just clouds, just that layer of clouds, and you have to go through it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see the bottom. I don't know what's gonna like. I don't know. You don't even recognize how fast you're going. It's like you're suspended in air. That's the feeling you get. But I definitely had those shit my pants moments. Like when we jumped out the plane originally, and you're like doing a front flip. I'm like, yo, we don't have any control of what's happening here. But the guy does. I just feel like we don't. And then we get kind of into it. For me, the biggest part of the testing my heights was actually when you deployed the parachute. Because what happens is your harness pulls everything up. You're going from 200 kilometers an hour to like 20 in like a snap. So everything comes up. And at that point is when you're really like, hey, is this harness going to hold me? Is this the defining factor? And for myself too, I had to pay to be in a higher weight class, not the default one. There's a default one, another weight class, and then another weight class after that one. Thank God I didn't have to go for the last one because you have to pay like an extra $60 per weight class.
Oh wow! What does that cover? Like the I guess quality of the parachute? I have no idea.
So apparently all the parachutes are rated the same size, but what happens is the higher rating you go means you have to have a smaller instructor to counterbalance you. Oh. So they have to find like they have to get, or they only have like 2 small instructors for the highest weight class. But it also affects the way you land. Like me being, 6'3", and my instructor was like 5'7". He's like, yo, like we have to land in a specific way. He's like, because I can't carry your weight in front of me like a baby. So we had to lift our legs, both of us, and we like slid onto the ground. And then this guy trolled, which is so funny. He like, as our asses touched the ground, he like lifted the parachute so we got more momentum. So we like slid like 50 feet. And it was like the funniest thing. But it was comfortable. Like I thought it was gonna like hurt like hell. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, but definitely conquering the fear was when you're parachuting. I start dangling my legs, and I'm like, you know what? Like, worst case scenario, I fall. It's too bad. Like, what am I gonna do anyway? So you kind of just have fun.
True.
With it. You accept it. There's a certain point where you do accept death. I'm not gonna lie. Where you're just like,
I can imagine. Absolutely.
Like, if I die, I die. It's too late now. Like I'm out of here.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but we want to go whitewater rafting. I don't know if you.
Yeah, you guys were telling me about that. Yeah, that one's kind of scary.
Yeah, there's like a sports mode one. We're gonna do the one below it.
Thank God.
There's like leisure, like normal, and sport, and you can't do sport unless you do one of the other ones first. So we're like, okay.
Yeah, naturally.
The competitive nature in me isn't gonna challenge my own death again.
So what is it like? Because I mean, like, I know there's a bunch of different styles of whitewater rafting. Is it like one of the ones where you're in a boat with like a bunch of people, or are you in like kayaks whitewater rafting?
From what I know, it's in groups.
Oh, good.
Yes. The one I want to go is the Wonderland one where you're in a circle. You just get thrown.
Yeah, that thing's hype. I fucking love that thing.
It looks so sick. I don't even know where you go in Wonderland to get onto it, actually.
Have you never been on that thing?
No, I want to. Have you?
Oh, that one's absolutely all the time. Yeah, that one's not real whitewater rafting.
Yeah,
it's not.
is.
It's not real. No.
There's a lot of white people on it. Is that not
There
what?
is
Is that not
a
what?
lot of white people
Why they call it whitewater rafting?
No. Is that it? Is that the?
How'd you get
behind
on? Did they change the name?
it? No, I had to be attached to like a little tube, like
Oh.
dangling off the side. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called Black Rapids.
Black Rapid. Yo, that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, that does sound scary, right? You know, staying on this theme with appreciation. I mean, I know for myself, when Matt messaged us about talking about this, I started to reflect a little more and maybe realize some things I didn't before. Like, what were your thoughts when Matt messaged us about this? And for anyone who doesn't know, Matt messaged us about some of his past co-workers passing away and how that kind of opened his eyes to, you know, how real the world is, and kind of gave him a new outlook on things. If I interpreted his message correctly, I don't want to put words in his mouth. So that's what he told us, and that kind of got me reflecting. What did you think right away?
For me, I thought like just how fragile the human body is. Like one of them, you know, like whether it's illness or joints, just getting injured. Seeing like even a football clip I happened to watch this today at lunch, where a guy was playing football. He just like moved side to side, twisted his ankle, he was out.
Toast.
That's it. That's all it takes. For me, like, it was more so appreciating like that. You know, we have so many, you know, options of healthcare and stuff like that when you do get injured.
Yeah.
But there's obviously times where, you know, it only takes you so far. Yeah, for me, it was just how fragile the human body was, man. It's scary sometimes just seeing how easily you can get injured from something just so silly, so stupid. Where you're like, that really screwed me up? Waking up out of bed today really broke my neck today? Or
Right, yeah.
like, actually, how about you?
Well, sorry to touch on your point real quick before I say anything. That just reminds me of like one of the memes that I saw where it says something along the lines of like the human body being able to, you know, create an entire human being in 9 months or less sometimes. Whereas you sprain your ankle once, it'll take 6 months to heal and never be the same ever again.
Yeah, ever.
Like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
actually.
it's such a spectrum. Like, there are two extremes there.
Yeah.
I'm with you on how fragile the body is, but also it's so miraculous at times. Like our cuts heal themselves. Like when you take a second to understand that, like if I get a clean cut and leave it, my body reattaches itself. That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, do a little jerk, ankle's done. See you later. Never walking again.
I definitely notice now as I get older how, you know, when you're a kid, you know, you fall off a playground, you're fine. Where nowadays, yeah buddy, there goes my foot. But like, it totally makes me realize, damn man, as I get older, I'm gonna be more fragile. I can't do this stupid shit forever.
Exactly.
I watch videos of people just like doing like roofing, for example. They fall off, they're fine. I'm like, yo, but he's lucky he's fine.
Absolutely.
That's not the norm. Like, he would get injured, right? If he was a kid, probably not. But yeah, man, like, and then what, in 20 years? Bro, I'm gonna be writing something with a pencil, I'm gonna sprain my wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Signing
I'm
something.
I'm gonna have to pull the plug on you just because you broke your wrist. Yeah, no, when Matt told us about that, though, my immediate thought was, yeah, I mean, like he said, just overall appreciation for everything that I do have going for me. and I'm thankful for everything. Honestly, my life is. I'm not trying to gloat or anything. I think I have an amazing life. I'm not sitting here just bragging to people. What I think that comes from is just appreciating the little things, like everything that you have. Like my life isn't. You're not gonna see it on Instagram, and not gonna be one of those things that people scroll through and be like, "Oh my God, Lee's life is amazing." But like, there's no real qualms. My body does what it wants to do. I get to go to gyms when I want. I've got the best group of friends. My family is super tight and supportive. Like, I got it great. I got it made. Especially when you compare yourself to all the other shitty things going on in the world. Like there are some people who, like I firmly believe, find the silver linings. Make the best of every situation. But there are some people in situations where it's like, bro, there ain't no silver lining. Like the sun ain't coming up tomorrow. Like, fuck. So I like to compare to that. Not like to, but I do it so I don't seem like a stuck up piece of shit in Canada who takes everything for granted.
Yeah, I would say for the most part, like, I would say like 99% of issues that we would stumble upon here are stuff that's just like, like this sucks now, but just give it some time, it'll be okay. Where there's, as you were saying, there's going to be people out there who something worse is going to happen and it's not bouncing back from them. Like that was it. Yeah. Like even like when just even comparing stuff like spending some money on a car repair, for us it's like, oh man, spending $1,600 on a car repair, that's absolute BS. But bro, one, you have a car. Some people don't even have the car. And two, it's like, yo, you eventually will save up and get that money back. Where other people, it's like, dude, that could have been food on their kid's table. You know what I mean? Like, brutal.
Yep. Or they're walking 10 kilometers to get to the nearest whatever hospital. You name it.
Even just getting lucky, like to have like transportation, like being like, hey, yo, can you drop me off somewhere? Just having like that privilege, I guess we'll call it privilege of just being able to do anything we want. We're like, hey, I want to go shopping. I can go shopping. Like you're not really limited on stuff here. Where people just physically, like, they won't have access to even just fruit that you want. You want to go get strawberries, go to the grocery store. Other people, probably they don't have that. So
it's what you can grow yourself. For some people. Have you ever had a day that you would say is a perfect day?
Perfect day
that you can reflect on?
Honestly, I would say every Friday. For me, I love it because I have Fridays off, but I love the fact that in a Friday, what I always do is I hit the grocery store, come back while I'm meal prepping for the week. I work out. When I finish working out, my meal prep is usually coming right out the oven. I pack it up. Then I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want, which typically involves like video editing, my own leisure stuff, or just making plans. And so I'd say almost every Friday, like I love it because you start the day so productive. You set yourself up for the whole week, and then I'm just chilling for the rest. And it's like just so sick. What about you?
That's amazing. That's like on a weekly basis. Like that's you're winning, man. That's fantastic. One day that stands out to me specifically. Ooh, I forgot how many years ago. It was a decent amount, maybe 5 years ago or something like that. I was single at the time. I was getting a little down on myself, I suppose. And I went to the gym, by myself that day. And it was just like the perfect workout. Like, felt great. I was strong in all my workouts. It felt like a great pump too. Like I knew I was like, damn, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, and that's always such a good feeling. Everyone knows like you hate when you bust a good workout and then you're perfectly fine the next day. It's disappointing. So it was a great workout. I leave the gym. I'm feeling great. Endorphins are pumping. Music in my car is on point. Like my iPod's always on shuffle, and they were just putting the greatest songs back to back. I remember driving home, and the sky was gorgeous that day. Like the sunset was beautiful, and like I had to stop at a stop sign. I remember sitting there for like an extra second and just being like, damn, that sky is crazy. And like I just felt really good. And I get home and my mom's in the kitchen cooking and she's blasting some music and she's like dancing while she's cooking. And I was like, oh, look at her, like having a good time. And she literally like drops what she's cooking and like grabs me by the hand and starts dancing with me. And I'm dancing with her. I was like, oh, this is kind of nice, like dancing with my mom. And I forget exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines of like if I have my kids with me in the next life, like I'm not afraid to die or something like that. And like it was just so nice. And I remember being like, oh my God, like there's nothing special about this day. This happens all the time. but this is the perfect day because today I took the time to enjoy everything. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like I have this all the time. My mom's always in a mood like that. My mom's always dancing and cooking and stuff like, just being able to share that moment with her. Like I said, it's my same iPod. That music's on all the time. The sky's always there. Mind you, great sunsets, not always, but so be it. You get what you put in at the gym. So it was a great workout. Like I could do that shit every single day. But again, just taking the time that one time to appreciate it all changes everything. So I guess that's my message to anyone listening is you've probably got a great situation right now. You gotta find it.
Yeah, I mean, like almost every time if I'm ever out and I enjoy like the sky or clouds enough to take a picture, I enjoy that shit. Like to the point where I'm like, yo, this is sick. It's sick that I can just like look up and appreciate just the sky, and just it's so simple.
Isn't it crazy though? Like, however old you are, you've seen the sky every single fucking day of your life. I mean, fingers crossed. There are some people who might be bedridden or whatever. Sorry for those people, but for the most part, we've all seen the sky every single.
It's just me now. I run this show. It's between me and you viewers. Let me tell you something. We see the sky every day. That's what Lee was gonna say. So I'm gonna take it from here. It's like boobs, man. We see boobs all the time. But sometimes it just hits the spot. You know what I mean? And by sometimes, I mean every time. Doesn't matter. It's like dogs get hyped over dog food, man. They eat it every day, but somehow they get like magically hyped. I don't do that with dog food, personally. I don't get hyped over dog food. I know it's a receipt bill. It's going to cost me money, but I fuck with it. You know what I mean? That's the aura I want. Actually, dogs carry the greatest aura because of how happy they are when people walk in. I get miserable sometimes seeing my parents, man. Get absolute roast session in here. I'm literally by myself. This is nuts. That's fine. We're going to do this thing. Yo, honestly, super appreciative to have internet, unlike these folks here who just decided to ditch me and crash. That's cool. That's chill. I'm grateful for these lights. By the way, if you guys are wondering how I got the Starry Night thing, it was a gift I got regifted, and I was supposed to pass it on. I decided to keep it instead of giving it to a kid, so that's where this came from. Welcome back, bro. Yo, I was a one-man show.
I had a power run. What the heck?
Oh, actually?
Yeah. Everything shut down for like a second, so
At least I have internet.
doing this on my phone.
Okay, so you're talking about the sky, seeing it every day. I went off and I was like, yo, speaking about the sky, since you like disappear, I'm like talking about how dogs appreciate their dog bowl every time. It's the same kibble, and they get hyped.
Yo, that's true. That's another great point. No, I was just gonna say, like, you appreciate the sky. Well, I'm sorry, you see the sky every freaking day, but like every time it's beautiful, like it'll never get old. It'll never get old to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me. I feel like that's everybody too. Like, the sky's always gonna be freaking insane.
Yeah, every time you see the sunset, even if you've seen the sunset every day, it's always like, whoa. Like, this is the one time of day that's amazing. Like, it's
like I need to
amazing.
stop and take a picture of this.
Yeah, or I need to go make an event of going to watch it. Like, let's grab some Starbucks and meet up at this time.
Exactly.
You Google when the sun sets, because you can actually do that, which I didn't know was a thing. I mean, obviously you could.
You didn't know it was a thing?
I just thought, like, I didn't know that people actually, like, preset based on weather patterns and stuff. Like, hey, today it's going to be cloudy, so the sun's setting a little earlier at 6:37 p.m.
Oh,
I'll be like, yo, okay, relax.
Yeah.
I don't know how you know that shit, but, Walter's back, baby.
Oh, he's joining us too. Is he on?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it.
What, did yours go out too?
Dude, yeah, I was alone for a
little bit. Did your power go out?
No, my power didn't go out. My internet went out only.
Oh, my power went out, so I'm just booting up my computer now.
So what did I miss? How long after I disconnected your power go out?
Just literally like, what, a minute, 2 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was literally talking about boobies, bro. I was talking about like how we see the boobies every day, and I'm always grateful because they're always amazing, right? They're always.
I'm sorry. Did you say boobies?
Yeah.
Like breasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I support this.
I appreciate it 100% of the time when I see it. It's like when a dog eats kibble and gets hyped. It's like that's.
Boobies are great.
That's the
Boobies are
projection.
great. So
that is
now that you're back, Matt, I
yeah.
appreciate your return. Oh God, what's going on here?
Yeah, Matty, I appreciate internet. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. Like, that's something so like when it was down, I felt so disconnected because I couldn't do anything. Like, even because where I live, I don't even get like LTE sometimes. Like sometimes I get like 4G on my phone, and it's like hella slow. But like I can't load like Instagram videos. I have to like buffer. I was like, bro, like this ain't it, chief.
Why didn't you? Why didn't you join with your phone?
I just told you why. It's not LTE, so it's like it's super choppy.
Oh, you said sometimes. I didn't know it was one of these times.
No, right? Yeah, it was one of those times. Yeah.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
So you would say that you're kind of counter appreciative of the internet. Like when I went out, you're like, "Fuck this, fucking hate this."
Yeah. Basically, yeah. No, it's that's for real, man. Like how fortunate you are, and not just that, but like what the internet brings. The internet can like, you can learn how to do anything through the internet. Like you have access to like literally learning anything you've ever wanted to know. You can just go and like Google it, which is nuts.
You know what's funny? It's also interesting that when you have like a day with no internet, the weird shit you'll do that you never do. Like you'll like go outside in your backyard with a book. You'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
And like it's funny because I'll do that and I'll be like, so what do I do now? Like the book's in front of me. I'm like, do I read it?
Don't fucking read this shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
You look at your neighbor. You're like, who the hell is that guy?
What other just like a summary? What other kind of things did you guys talk about in terms of being
no, there's a bunch of things that we want your input on. First things first, like literally right before you cut out, I was trying to ask you, with the news that you found out this morning, and you really want to talk about the stuff, great and all. What was you said? You found a new appreciation and whatnot. Like, what was the first thing that went through your head as far as appreciation? Like, what was the shit? Run us through your thoughts.
Yeah, like it was like I thought like that could have been me. Like there's no reason that person that the news is coming out about, that I could be on the other end of that right now. And I was like, I'm so great. Like I just like sat and just like thought about like, especially after the weekend that we had where we were celebrating my birthday, celebrating my my sister and Jacob's, what the future with their baby, like just so appreciative of just everything that I have now. And I was like, in an instant, it could be gone. Just, well, that's weird, dude. Yeah, like just in an instant, it could be gone just like that. And like I started thinking about how thankful I am that I do have a family network like I do and a network of friends. I'm appreciative that we have time and the ability to do something like this. Like some people's lives are too busy for even something like this. Yeah. And I'm appreciative that we have this.
I'm glad you said that, because that's actually one of the points that I wanted to say too. And then I will circle back to get your intake on another point that we brought up. But yeah, we were talking about what we thought when you messaged us about this stuff. And one of the things I thought about was, like you said, our group of friends, us specifically. Maybe I'm biased because I'm part of the group, but like I think we've got the best group of friends ever. Like,
yes.
Your crew versus my crew, bring it all day, every day, because I believe in us so much. And like I was thinking about it, I was trying to challenge myself, and I was like, okay, what's one flaw in our group that, or something that I would say,
don't say me. I already know what's coming.
So no, I was challenging myself, like, okay, what can make our group better? Maybe not a flaw in the group, but like, if someone came and said, you get one wish, make your group better, what would you do? I couldn't think of anything. So I'll challenge you guys. What's one thing that could make our group better? And I'm not saying like, oh, we're perfect. We don't want to hang out with any new people. Like we're.
Yeah, we're open to it. We're accepting friend requests.
We need a token black person. I've decided that's what we're missing. You're not enough.
Fair. I agree. I'm probably not.
So yeah, because we need that diversity.
Yeah.
Diversity. Okay, that's the thing that'll make our group better.
I think we're pretty diverse.
Nah, it was a joke. Yeah.
I don't know, because I think there's gonna. that's the thing too. Is like every group, like people are gonna be from the outside. They're always gonna be like, oh, like I think a common one is like those guys are assholes. I think people not part of our group, or people we might be meeting for the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if people have that outtake. But it's because I guess it's like our sense of humor or our style of humor.
Yeah.
That people are just like, I don't like this. Which hey, like I don't actually care if you do or not. Like that's why maybe you're not in our friend group.
And that's exactly why they think we're assholes. I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah.
Because sorry, go ahead, Lucas. Did you want to input on that?
He already gave
if I were to change anything, no, I think
not change anything, but like what could make us better.
Yo, honestly, if we had like a closer cottage, that'd be sick. No, honestly, no, I'm kind of in agreement with that. Like, I'm happy with what our group gives and provides, and I like that our group also has like the set core, and then there's always people we can kind of just pull from. You know, they've hung out with our group, so it's kind of like, yo, come join us for this one, or like, hey, we're doing a more low key thing, so we have these low key people to pull. Oh, we want to get hyped. There's like these people we can pull for that. Mm-hmm. So I also like that we all three also bring other people from other groups to the core, which is nice.
Yeah, and that's basically the point I want to make, because like the thing I like about us is, you know, we all know when push comes to the shove. When push becomes the shove.
When puss
couldn't speak there.
I don't is that the saying?
Isn't it?
It's push comes to shove.
Push comes to shove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When push comes, wouldn't that be the same when push becomes the shove?
I mean,
is that not the
I
same?
don't think anyone says it like that.
I don't like that sounds like that. If I were to change the group, it would be the way that
I would change that you suggested that.
Okay,
my bad. It's even said like that.
So when we get down to it, is that better?
Yeah. No, not really, but like
when we get down to the nitty gritty. Like we all know that we're there for each other. We'll back each other up 100%. We'll do what we got to do. I like how open we are. One of the things, like I'll call people out right now. Like for example, I brought Carl into the group. But what I really like is it's not Lee's friend Carl. It's we all like Carl. Like for example, like Matt.
I say he's a groupie. He just likes our podcast.
He is a groupie, and he's gonna get laid one day by one of us.
Or
no, but I like it that like you guys, Lucas. Is that what you're appreciative of? Our mod called me out, and I fumbled on that push comes to shove thing because I said it to her before, and she called me out on it. So I was trying to remember what the right way was.
Yeah.
Cause I don't remember.
Push becomes the shove. That's like probably the stupidest thing I've heard.
You've heard Lucas say
today.
Okay.
You let me finish.
Okay, no, that's fair. Yeah, and then like you know, like it's not like you guys say, "Hey, Lee, call Carl or something," and like you guys just invite Carl. For example, I just met your friend Stefan this weekend, calling him out, saying his name. I don't give a fuck. I think he's a great guy. Like he just meshes with us, and I guess the point that I'm trying to make is I'm not just trying to. Hey guys, my friends are cooler than yours. You're not invited. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, honestly, just having a good group of friends and laughs makes life amazing. Like it's literally that simple. Like fuck dream jobs, fuck getting your dream car. I mean, all those things are great. I'd like those things too. But I could be just with my group of friends laughing, and life is amazing. So I think that's an important part that people need to appreciate and put effort into. Especially when you see people hanging out with like people who they don't want to hang with, and they're two-faced, and they're, you know, very fake about everything. Like, fuck that. I don't have the energy for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? So having a good crew of honesty is important. You know what's up?
I say that often. In fact, I've definitely had friends reach out to try and hang out with our group more, and I'm like, no. I don't like that. But like, because like their group of friends suck, and like I'll tell them like, yo, like your friends aren't.
No, but see, that's subjective. They just don't mesh like with your personality or.
This is factual, which is why they try to join our group.
Sorry. Sorry. I want to call out Kempo said. Stoner backgrounds. What's going on with that? He said, "Why do we have stoner backgrounds?" He said, "Lee's is a given, but the top two have changed the background." I actually blurred mine because my room's a bit of a mess. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you just.
Oh no! Thanks, Kempo. Now we're gonna see his panties everywhere.
Hold on.
His dildos just hang off the ceiling again.
What mess? We can't see anything.
It literally looks the same as every other week.
Oh, sorry. Fine. Here you go. Now, are you happy, Kempo? I hope that satisfies your needs.
Kempo, I found this. I decided I want to give it a whirl. And I was
looks like a nice LSD trip.
The thing is, though, because I still have my green screen settings on, so when it goes to green light, it it's.
That's kind of cool. What the hell?
Yeah, I think that is cooler. I actually think it's better that way.
That's actually
came here for the
fucking
panties.
Wild, bro. I was talking about the sunset,
Kempo,
right?
Kempo came here for the panties. Kempo, you got to join our Pornhub chat. That's where you get the panties, and join our OnlyFans. And you can, and we'll mail them.
We were very sad when we heard OnlyFans was shutting down their explicit content. Lukasz had to stop posting his feet pictures.
His feet pictures were explicit, not because they were erotic or anything, but just because his feet are so gross. It's like, fuck. Parental warning on this one.
Yeah, I also got told that I posed very weird. Like, I posed like I was doing the cannonball jump. So I'd like always pose like in a fetal position, and my toes would just be there. Like, yo, can you
but he'd be naked too, so you can see a whole lot. It's like he's wearing his scrotum as slippers.
I didn't want to get my feet dirty, bro.
That's fair. I respect that.
Yeah, the floor's dirty. Yikes. No one mopped today.
What was it? Sorry, there was another topic you said you wanted.
Yeah, we spoke about like a perfect day we've had and that we can reflect on, and
like together or like one of your own.
One of our own. We spoke of our own perfect days. Do you have one? Do you have like a day that you've experienced that you're like, fuck, this day kind of goes down in the books?
That's interesting because it's like, I feel like it depends on what I'm feeling, like what I want to do. Like we talked about this, the whole social battery thing. Like, mine was. I actually almost fell asleep after the baby shower on the way to the birthday party yesterday. I was like, Jake, I need to take a nap. I'm so drained, and especially because like in the scenario yesterday, it was people I hadn't seen in so long. So like you're trying to catch up with as many people as you can.
Yeah.
That it's just it's hard to say. So like sometimes those perfect days are an event, a family event where I get to see everyone, having a great time. Like that's always good. But then there's some days where I'm just like, I'm not in that energy. Like I don't have that type of energy for that day. So it's like, I don't really want to do that on a particular day. But now that's where, like, again, with this, the way I've been reflecting, I think I'm going to take that a little more seriously in terms of like spending time with family as much as I can, because you never know. But I think I would say like one would be not necessarily having any like set plans, like kind of just going with, doing what or if I'm with Nikki, like doing something that we want to do, or when the day's going on the terms that I want, not like as much, as good as it is to always like to be doing something, like having the timelines and deadlines, like, okay, now I got to go here to go do this, and then I got to go here. I think it can get stressful and stuff. So, I think running on a day where you're like running on your own clock,
yeah, that's always
I feel like it's never a bad time. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. One of the things that kind of helped me.
What timing, may I tell you? Yo, speaking of, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Am I back?
You're like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, yeah, I'll be honest. There was a good period of time where, I was kind of in the slumps, had seen better days, but one of the things that kind of helped me...
In a slump? Wait, you were in more than one slump? Wouldn't it just be a slump?
No, couldn't it be a graph that just kind of kept dipping with a little rise?
But ultimately, if you look at it, that's a big slump.
This guy's reading charts now? This guy's reading fucking stock charts? Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
I'm a mathematician, so...
Yeah. Now watch his fundings disappear. That's what he gets for investing in BlackBerry.
Heck so, dude.
Heck, fuck. Oh, fuck off. Don't tell me about No. So one of the things that kind of helped me pull me out of that and, start to appreciate the little things and put my life into perspective and, get better spirits and, get me right back on track was my brother kind of brought this up to me, and he was like, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would you do? And I was like, okay, then we thought about that. And the conversation ended up evolving into if I had to go back in time and talk to my younger self and recap my life up until the point that I'm currently at, how do you think that conversation goes? And at the moment that I was like, the conversation I would have with little me would break my heart. Like, I don't have what, I'm not saying my life was horrible. There are definitely people with worse problems than I do, but I mean, I've seen my fair share of stuff, and having to sit down, let's say 6-7-year-old me, and tell him everything that's going to happen would fucking kill me. Like, I couldn't do that. So that kind of put in this perspective, like, okay, I want to be able to tell the young, because for me, I've got a soft spot for children. I think they're pure, and I think your childhood is the best time of your life. And I hate to ruin that for kids. I want every kid in the world to have the best childhood they can, because that's the best time there is. So I started looking at this perspective of, if I had to sit down and tell younger me, give them a story that I'd like. Give them a story that I'd be happy telling them. So then that started to change everything. Started to go out more, met you guys, started hanging out with you guys more. Just looking at all these things and pushing myself in different places, not quitting, all that kind of shit, like appreciating the little things, changed all of that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good way to look at it and reflect, because that's like sometimes I'll be gaming or whatever for like a couple hours, and then I'll always I afterwards I go like, is this something that I'm going to reflect on one day to be like, I'm glad I did this, or like could I have I'm obviously enjoying my time, but it's like could I have done something that would have impacted me in a more beneficial way, like probably. But it's when you talk about it that way, that's a really cool way to think about reflecting.
See, there's a fine line there, though, because like that helped me a lot, and I do encourage people to think like that from time to time, if not always. But that where it started to kind of screw with me is I started to look at everyone in what I imagine their childhood would be like. And it changes a lot of things. For example, like if let's say Lucas is an asshole one day, and I just really want to fucking yell at him, I would look at him and be like, oh, well, like, let's think about, 6-year-old Lucas. Like, maybe he's acting out. Maybe, you start to play to their vulnerability. And I start to then take on the challenges to myself and say, no, like, you know what? Let young Lucas enjoy his time. I can carry this burden, and I'll free him. And then at that point, I start doing that with everyone. And then I end up putting everything back onto young Lee's shoulders. And I'm like, no. Like, I can't fucking do that, because then now nothing.
Are these your rap names, Young Lee and Young Lucas? That's actually sick.
Yeah, man. It's really
it's Y-U-N-G. There's no O. No. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah. That's also a good takeaway from that. Again, it's moderation, right? You can't do it. You can't like do it too much, because even healthy things, if excessively, can become unhealthy. So.
I just appreciate the fact sometimes that if I'm tired, I can go nap, and there's nothing that's interfering. Yeah. There's like nothing that I'm like not like putting myself at risk for something. I can just go to my bed, take an hour nap, wake up, and be like, feel refreshed. Even something as small as that. Yeah,
when I follow subreddit Nature's Metal, and it's like, could you imagine if every day every hour of every day is you're surviving? Like, you're always having to watch your back because you could die. Like, how the hell do you do that? How do you live like that? Like, I couldn't do it. It would be so mentally like exhausting, physically exhausting. Yeah. That I don't know how I wouldn't know how to function like that, to be honest.
No, I can imagine that. I'd probably live, like, my lifespan would be 10 years max. I'm dead in 10 years.
100%. Like from like now?
Oh no, from the time I'm born. I'm not making past 10 years old if I'm trying to survive.
No, but like right now, if you had to you went to you now have to hunt for your food and survive. Like
right
how
now,
how long do you think?
3 years. 3 years max. Yeah. I just don't have the mental constantly surviving.
I just don't know.
I think 3 years is a reach. I think I kill myself immediately.
Where am I gonna hunt? Like in Guelph?
Yeah.
Get on the 401.
When it gets cold. Like the summer's fine, but what about the winter? Like that
you gotta
sucks.
stock up, man. You gotta stock up. There's a lot of raccoons around here and coyotes though. So.
Oh, they look scrumptious. Yeah.
Yeah, those trash pandas.
I'm not gonna lie though, and this is completely off topic, but when I see a raccoon, that doesn't look less appetizing than looking at a fucking crab.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you entirely.
Because when I see a crab, I'm like, you don't look yummy. I mean, a raccoon doesn't either, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I had to choose one or the other, like, if I didn't know any better, and I just saw these two creatures in the wilderness, and I didn't know crab meat and raccoon meat,
Sure.
that raccoon's
Eating the
probably
raccoon.
dead.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why I always think it's weird. Like, if I put a cockroach in front of you and said, you want to eat that? Everyone would be like, get that shit off my plate. I'll put a fucking shrimp on your plate, and you're like, ooh, fancy eating tonight. Like, why?
Yeah, what?
Sea bugs are cool?
Sea bugs.
I mean, I'm super
it's
super
pink.
hypocritical because I love seafood.
It's because it's pink, so you're like, ooh, cockroaches are brown. You're like, oh.
Brown's not cool.
It's not delicious, is what I'm saying.
Brown's not cool.
I didn't say that. I wasn't a racist.
Guy just said. Hashtag brown's not cool.
Name one brown thing you eat.
Chocolate. Brownies.
Oh. Well, I didn't,
Steak.
I didn't realize.
Steak.
I didn't realize the list.
Brown
was
rice.
Come out
I guess
this quick.
chicken sometimes, I
Stop,
suppose.
Stop.
Chocolate milk.
Name one pink thing you eat. Who's gonna say it?
Not me, I'm not saying it.
Shrimp.
Buttholes? Oh. That's brown and pink.
Hi! Depends how good you are.
Here, I want to call out. I guess we could do a quick chat break right now.
Sure.
Campbell Consulting. So, a few things here. Heard Carl's a faux camper guy.
Fact.
Where's that faux camper?
Another
Just
fact.
watched Battlestar Galactica. That was
Cool.
freaking crazy. I don't know if that was
Was it?
freaking
No.
crazy. Was in relation to Battlestar Galactica or something.
Or something we said. Definitely
Yeah,
not something we said.
I'm gonna assume it was something he said.
Okay, yeah.
He said Lee's still freezing. Good to know that things have not changed.
Fuck you, Kempo, don't say that.
Carl said squirrels live that way, living, you know, like survival mode. That's fair. Are you saying what? Because a squirrel can do it, that we should be able to do it? Just because Lucas eats nuts too doesn't mean he's a
I was
squirrel.
literally just about to say squirrels can fit way more nuts in their mouth than I can.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't call out the part where Kempo says Kempo drinks every night.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I might have missed.
Yeah,
That was right
my
before
guy.
the squirrel thing.
Good work, Kempo.
Shout out.
Appreciate
that.
that. Yeah. Okay, stop fucking copying me. Yeah, you should be drinking these, Kempo. Founders, baby. They're good.
He also said he's more interested in dogs that poop in my front yard.
Yeah, I
A
heard
special
that
place
story.
in my heart for those dogs.
Yeah.
That, and he was talking about the panties we said were in my room. Yeah, Carl said crustaceans are just ocean roaches. Are crabs and sliders not part of the same order or kingdom or sliders? What the hell are sliders?
You mean like mini burgers?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm thinking mini
mini
burgers.
hamburger?
Yeah, wait, crabs and sliders? What?
Oh, I think you mean spiders. I think you mean spiders. Crabs and mini hamburgers or something. Wow.
Surf and
Hold on,
turf, baby. You don't like surf and turf?
Oh man, that's jokes.
Crabs and spiders? I thought they just.
I believe they are. Are they not? They're arthropods?
No,
No, because one's an arachnid.
aren't spiders? Yeah, arachnids.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is arachnid subclass of arthropod?
Stop. No. No, because the
No,
shell.
I-
Isn't the shell what makes it that? Like, they're the type of, like,
Hey, I don't know. Do I
They're,
look like a geologist?
I was gonna say their skin, but like, what?
It's not.
What's
skin,
what
no.
is crab's outer layer called a shell? A husk?
I think so. Yeah. Oh.
No, no, husk is
Oh,
not
yo,
husk.
they
corn?
actually are
No.
Yeah, bitch. Fucking
horseshoe
totally.
crabs, and they're all arthropods.
Yeah. Boom.
Arthropods?
Yeah, like the show, like Arthur.
Yeah.
It's his podcast.
Nice.
So you're saying spiders are also?
Yeah, they are. Campo said Carl should start his own nature show like that Aussie guy did that died. He was awesome. He was
Oh wow,
awesome.
couldn't
Steve-
even say Steve
Yeah, you know
Irwin.
his
Irwin?
name, Steve Irwin.
Aussie
That's-
guy who died. Show
Kempo,
some
that's
respect,
fucked up.
Kempo. Jeez.
Yeah, that's See, I appreciated him. I appreciated snakes. I was a big snake guy back in the day. I read a lot of books as a kid. That when I went to Myrtle Beach, there was a zoo. We went to one of the zoos and they had an exhibit with snakes. And I was probably 10 at the time. I answered every single question this guy asked about some of the snakes he had. Yeah, like legit every single one. This guy's like,
nerd. What a nerd.
But then I didn't put the snake around my neck. Killed it. I did not.
Pussy.
But what if, imagine that? A boa constrictor just chokes me out right in front of everyone.
Perfect.
That would be
I'd be very appreciative.
Kind of a cool way to go out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was appreciative of those big ass books I had about snakes because I knew it fucked. Even a lot of that stuff I still know to this day. But
snakes, cool.
Yeah.
So I know. Like, okay, great. Today we're reflecting. We're appreciative of all these little things. But, I mean, it's just human nature that we forget about this shit almost immediately and we get right back into the grind tomorrow. And someone cuts us off in traffic and we're like, hey, fuck you, you piece of shit. Like, today's great reflection disappears almost immediately. So what do you do to stay on it?
I think, I was thinking about this. I think I might start before I go to bed, and I'm going to try to, like, really stick to this, is just like out loud state something that I'm appreciative of.
Nice.
And
why out loud? Why would you? I'm just curious. Why would you not journal it?
Why would I what? Sorry.
Not journal it. Like write it down.
I don't write actually. I write like
you can't write.
No, I my handwriting looks the same from when I was like in grade 4, and even then it wasn't good. So that's why I just really don't write anything. I may not be able to read it.
Sorry, real quick. I know Lucas does. Matt, do you watch Hot Ones, like the show where the people eat the spicy wings? You know, whenever they eat like the really spicy one, something happens. How like they do that like echoing effect.
No, I don't recall that part.
It's like when they eat like the spiciest wing, like they start freaking out. Like it's like the highlight of the show. Essentially, there's like this big echoing effect, and like it like really makes it like dramatic. That's
it's like they get hit
every
with
now
realization.
And then. Yeah, that's happening to you from time where like you get this big echoing effect and it sounds super dramatic. So hopefully you can time it. Hopefully you can time it and say something cool next time.
That's weird. You guys are both hearing that?
Lucas?
I mean, I just don't notice.
He's not paying attention. He's watching Pornhub on another tab.
I'm making sure our Pornhub live views are going up.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Is there genuinely a reason you wouldn't write it down? The only reason I ask is because I think it would be kind of cool. The reason I journal and stuff, well, I journal for myself, and I think it's therapeutic and it's good. But there is part of me, maybe it's narcissistic, I don't know, but there's part of me that I think would be interesting that, fuck, who knows, down the future, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren.
You could show them what you appreciate.
And they can read it, and they can say, oh, fuck, this is
maybe
his life kind of thing.
Maybe I'll do a Snapchat memory. I'll just record a Snapchat to myself. Yeah, seriously, what's wrong with that? And then in a year time, I'll get a memory of this is what I was appreciative of.
You think when you're old enough, you'll add your kids on Snapchat and like your grandkids and your great grands?
I'll block them. They won't be on my close. They won't be on my close friend stories. So when we're at like a barbecue, only some of my grandkids will know what happened. The rest of them will be like, I'm not on Grandpa's close friends list.
You wouldn't send them like Snapchats of you like taking a dump or something?
Yeah, a good fart. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Yeah, as immature as that may sound, I'm appreciative of when someone has like a really loud fart. I can't help it. I'll burst out laughing, 100%. I'm never
like timing.
Funny.
It was just you and him in a car. You don't really appreciate it.
It's funny that you would say that as you not being the person farting in the car, because I feel like you'd be the culprit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate that you guys appreciate it, but
yeah, it's
I know deep down, tomorrow if I fart in a car, you guys aren't going to be appreciative of it. You guys are going to move on from this day, not even journal it, and you guys are going to move on. That's just not fair.
I'm going to write it down right after this episode.
I'm grateful for Lucas's gassy ass.
I know a couple people who are grateful for that.
What time is it? 9:10. Do we want to do a hypothetical? It looks like Carl and Kempo are like going nuts in the chat right now.
Guys,
appreciate you guys coming through.
Can you just fight and send us a video?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're arguing. I don't even.
No, I think they're talking about random. Carl's talking about micro meditation throughout the day. I actually read a thing about a good way to, slow down is Like apparently it was like a Navy SEALs breathing technique. I saw an Instagram video about it, so it may not be. Someone could just be bullshitting that this was a Navy SEALs technique, and I've obviously just now bought into it. But it's something like what they do is you breathe in, and you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then out for 4, and then you repeat it as many times as you need to.
Yep.
And apparently it like helps you just refocus. So that's one thing I want to start. I want to start trying to.
Breathing is super important. So many things, man. Even just working out.
Extremely.
Like
Yep.
you see people hold their breath and get injured from just like they're starting to pass out. Like, you see people like professional.
That happened when you were doing your squats. Were you not breathing properly?
I was breathing properly. It's just that
Oh, you were trying to twerk.
my spine.
Dude, don't twerk when you're squatting. What are you doing?
You don't jam out the music like. The bar's just going everywhere. The plates are falling off.
Guy froze while he was like.
Did I actually?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all suck today.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Is it windy? Is there like a storm or something? Is that why the power is going out?
Maybe. Who knows? But I apologize, guys. Like our first live episode in a couple weeks, and we're just fucking trash.
Yeah, disconnecting like crazy.
At least we're on time.
You
gotta be appreciative of the small things, baby.
That's something.
Yeah. This episode might have been as bad as the Matrix 4 trailer.
This guy's getting in on the topic. Nice, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. The Matrix is by far my favorite movie trilogy of all time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I didn't really like I didn't really like the
That's
third
saying
one.
a
The
lot.
third one was kind of weak, but the concept I think for the first one and the idea behind the Matrix,
Amazing.
I think is incredible.
Sure. So you say it's better than the Austin Powers trilogy?
You're stupid.
Yes.
You're stupid then.
Fucking
Yep.
idiot. I hate this guy. I'm not great.
You guys are just jealous because I can move as quickly as them. Like the.
That's pretty slow.
Yeah, that's not fast at all.
No, it was actually
Yo.
so fast that it looked slow to you.
Yo, what would that look like in real time though? Like that scene? Like Neo just goes dodge those bullets. It's like, wow, you look like a fucking goof doing it. Like,
Bro, that's how I broke my back. Is actually I tried to do that like super quick. I'm like, I just
He's like tweaked your.
I was like, Lucas, what happened? And you're like, squatting. I wasn't trying to dodge bullets. It's squatting.
what do you do with that stupid coat on in the house? Nothing wrong.
At the gym.
Yeah, just like that in the gym.
The trench coat and shit.
Yeah, every time you approach a
man.
machine, just do that. Yo,
Is
bro,
that how
can you
you?
spot
Is that
me?
how you
Bro,
use?
can you spot
Is that
me?
how you use? Do you practice on the what the hell's that machine? You know the one where you do like the abs, where it's like a bench. It's basically like an incline bench, but
Yeah, where you
Oh, yeah.
so you
hook
just
your
like
legs
lean
in.
over and you pretend to go back over the
Yeah.
spine.
What I do actually is I just take up a bench press, so like I'm just straight up laying down. I'm like, yo, bro, can you spot me? And I don't have the bar or anything. I just. Well, he's like, bro, what do you want me to do, man?
Ah!
He's like,
Oh, man.
shoot me! I need to dodge these.
Just kills him right there in the gym.
Yeah, give 3 random gym goers like just revolvers. Be like, all right, spot me.
Real quick, I want to address Kempo here. He might hate me for this. There's going to be a lot of controversy, but Batman trilogy, trash trilogy. First
Yeah,
one.
wait, which Batman trilogy are we talking about?
Like Dark Knight.
Well, I'm assuming he means like the Christian Bale ones.
Yeah.
Oh, not the one with like George Clooney.
And Batman 2 being the best. Okay, the first one was great. It was just a good movie overall, fantastic. Second one, garbage movie with the most amazing performance I've ever seen. Great. Third one, throw it in the garbage.
I thought they were all really good.
Is the third one with Heath Ledger?
No, that's the
No,
second.
the second one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think they were all. I think that whole series is really good too. I'm on Kempo's side. Not the best, but
See,
Definitely
for
not
me,
the best.
I'd say
Right.
Spider-Man trilogy, baby, with Toby Maguire.
Ew.
The third one was
so
the best.
bad.
What do you mean?
So bad.
Do you see how he beat Venom with noise?
I think it was the vibrations, not the noise.
that was
So,
from that's from the comic or from the
That is
old
legit.
school like
Yeah.
one I used to watch on VHS.
Yeah. So
Yo, we were talking about this appreciation of VHSs. Did you ever have the Ferrari rewinder?
Rewinder? Yes. Yes. My
what's
my
a Ferrari
grandparents did.
rewinder?
So
It was like
the VHS tapes used to have.
Yeah.
You could rewind them in the VHS players, but I swear everyone that had VHS had this. It was like a Ferrari, like a race car of some kind, and you put it in there and it would like you close it. Yeah, the door would open up like the top. You put the VHS and close it, and it would like speed rewind.
Like 2 minutes it would rewind.
Videos. So I was talking about this. Do you think those rewound it faster than putting it in the VHS player?
They did, 100%, 100%.
Did it? That's what I said.
Fact.
But MattFan6969 said no. He's like, no, bro, it's the same speed. I was like, definitely not.
Why would they make it then?
So you could rewind a different video while you're playing.
But wouldn't it at that point?
No, it was way faster.
Wouldn't it depend on your VHS?
What?
On your like VHS player?
No, those things were still quicker.
Because I remember having to rewind them all the time, and that fucking sucked. Like, I hated it. Like, to a point where, like, after I finished watching, I would try to rewind it instantly, and if I didn't, I would hate the past me for not rewinding it before I had to watch it.
Because then you put it in, and you're like, oh my god, who didn't rewind it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Sorry, the other point that would make sense as to why to have it is because in a VCR, you'd have to watch it be rewound.
Right.
Whereas I guess you put it in the front and you say, okay, I can keep watching what I'm watching and rewind. Actually, I guess you could change the input. Never mind. I'm back to it. Those things definitely rewind faster.
Yeah, because you could. Well, you could watch it while it's rewinding, or you could just. You didn't have to. Some of them didn't play it while it was rewinding. Some did. Does that make sense?
Oh, Carl says it saves your machine, keeps the wear and tear on your VHS. Oh, well, I guess the VCR, because the VHS is still getting rewound.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I also know Carl's probably wrong on that, so.
Yeah, that's true. It's Carl.
Fuck that.
Oh, yeah, Beta. Yeah, what Kempo said about Note for You young kids. Beta was actually a better tech than VHS. VHS got more money than Beta, so it was phased out.
I don't even know what
I don't remember Beta tapes.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not 150.
The fact that we don't even have to have any physical copies of movies anymore. Everything's just digital is insane.
Yeah, I remember in one of my dad's cars, he had a 6 CD changer, and that was like the coolest tech.
Yeah, my dad's
like
truck
6
too.
CDs. Whoa,
insane! I'd load them all up. I'd throw in 6 CDs. Let's fucking do this thing. Road trip, baby.
And it's one of those CDs you don't even want.
No, exactly.
You just want to load it up.
It's one of those that it's like you would put in 6 CDs just so you could show people that you could switch between 6 CDs. It's like using the tech to the extent that, but it's like, it's like, did you even need to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, real quick, I want to say it, and we just kept going so fast about the whole breathing thing. A little while back, maybe a month or two ago, I did a 10-minute ice bath.
Oh shit! How was that?
I think the water was at 12 degrees. It was tough. I mean, doable for sure. But once you get your breathing, and if you do, like Carl was saying, I mean, any form of meditation, I believe, would help. But getting your breathing down right and being able to take yourself somewhere mentally was great. Like, there was a point, like, I got in, fucking cold. Got myself to a good space, and my body literally just, like, at the snap of a finger, just stopped shivering, and I was good. I was close, and I was like, oh, I could stay here forever. And then, I mean, my wife and my niece were in the bathroom too because they were like interested. My wife was timing it, and then my niece, cause I didn't set a timer like an idiot. I just wanted to see how long I could go. But my niece and her, like, they kept talking, so they kept like distracting me, and then like I just got super cold all of a sudden. I couldn't focus anymore. I was like, guys, shut the fuck up. But I recommend trying it. It's a fun exercise.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. It's a shock, is it not? Like
100%. Absolutely.
It's funny because that's something
really good for you though.
I honestly can't do is like super cold water, like even just cold baths. I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't know if I'm
like
just
how
super
cold is
sensitive to
For
cold?
ice baths, they're
ice cold.
I believe it's 12 to 15 degrees.
No. I mean, when Lucas, you say you can't take a cold bath or a cold shower, like how cold are we? Like after a workout when you're hot, can you take a cool shower?
Like room temp. Like it has to be like room temp max, like min. I don't know.
How do you gauge that?
I think.
How do you gauge that on the dial when you say room temp?
Like to me, just like it feels like comfortable. I guess like I wouldn't say
help anyone.
That's so subjective.
So you like to take showers in showers?
I wouldn't consider anything. Like I wouldn't take a shower when I consider the water cold. I don't know
Where
what
on the
temperature-
dial? Like, how does yours work? Is yours like a hot and a cold, or is is it the dial
hot,
one dial?
cold, and neutral? It's always neutral or on the warm side. Never on the cold side ever.
Even neutral seems cold to me, but
yeah, I could.
I'm usually like 2 notches away from like max heat. But what I started doing is
Is your shower broken?
No, I just like hot shit.
That's weird.
That's why I like you. Hi. No,
You just called me shit.
What I started doing is I take like hot showers. Maybe take like a 1-2 minute hot shower, and the last 5 minutes of my shower is like as cold as the shower gets. Like right before I'm about to turn it off, like it's as cold as it gets, and
That is freezing.
It's great for you though. Like I feel good. I feel good doing it.
I would
Google that
not.
and see if that's actually good for you.
It is. It's good for you. It is good for you. I mean, I don't know if you should do it all the time. I do it maybe like 3-4 times a week.
I thought the way you were talking about it, I thought you like this is how you did every shower.
No, God, no. Like, yeah, 3 to 4 times a week I'll do it.
That's
Real.
interesting.
While you look that up, calling out Kempo Consulting, grow a paraleaf, get a sauna, then a dead cold shower. Grow a pair Kempo and meet me on the mats. Second
Meet
thing,
on me is what
meet
you
on
mean.
mat. And
I
second
want you
thing,
guys to fight on top of me.
buy me a sauna and I'll do it, bro. What the hell? Go on.
Oh, I understand now what he's saying, Carlito.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't, were you wondering?
I was reading. I was like, what the hell's Carla Toe?
Oh, I thought I meant like camel toe. He's trying to do a play on words with camel toe.
Yeah, it's Carlito.
Yeah, Carlito.
Yeah, they were talking about 8 tracks is before my time. The cassette tapes. I could imagine living in a time where if you wanted to record a song, you had to wait for it to play on the radio, and then you could record it playing on the radio.
Yeah.
And then you got to get like if we had the DJ that we had where he was like talking all the time, you'd be like, this version sucks.
I mean, we're already off on a huge tangent, but do you remember when people's voicemails would be like the radio, like, hey, if this is Kiss 92, then blah 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 blah, and like you have to say the thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like if let's say I remember Kiss 92 specifically, like if they called you, if you said anything except for the catchphrase, you would lose. So you just have to pick up the phone and say the catchphrase, and you could win like $1,000 or something like that. So like I remember my cousin changed her voicemail that it would say that first, and then be like, "Sorry, we couldn't come on the phone right now," like blah 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 blah. So like there were so many voicemails that I knew that people would have that just because the radio might call me. I gotta be ready. Like that's just crazy.
No, never.
Yeah. Reflecting, it's so interesting what, like my dad for the longest time had one of those voicemails where he pretended he answered the phone.
Oh fuck that.
Yeah, he had one of those for quite a while.
Lucas did that for a while, didn't he?
I did. I actually got called out by an employer because I forgot to change it, and like my resume just had like whatever my number. I didn't expect to get called, or if I did, I didn't expect to miss the call. I missed the call, and my employer's like, "Yeah, you might want to change that," because mine was like I went along with it. It was like, "Yo, what's up, pal?" Yeah. All right, and then it just like beep. Like it wasn't any transition. It was just beep. So if you were talking during that beep, you didn't hear the beep. You're talking for like quite a little bit, just getting saved into my phone.
It's too bad you couldn't save the messages because like we growing up with my mom, we had one where it was like, "Hi, you've reached Liz, Matt, Cal," and then Jake was like, "And Jake." And it was like, so we all like passed the phone around to like record it. It would have been so funny if we still had the audio for that because I'm sure it would have been like
that's
hilarious to play.
That's
but yeah, like now I'm just trying to think of. Do you guys remember ringbacks? Like that was more recent. Like that was probably like 2010, where like instead of your phone ringing, it could have played like a song. You could have like a specific song playing. Like that's kind of a cool idea.
I'm surprised that didn't really take off.
But I guess it's like because people like how many people call you in a day?
Other than scammers, no one.
I was gonna say, Air Duct Cleaning's about to get some bangers.
Yeah, exactly right. That just incentivizes them to keep calling. Fuck that.
But what song would you play if you could? If you could choose one song to play back?
Probably some DMX song. Just so whoever's gonna call me gets fucking hype.
X gon' give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that way, when I finally pick up, like, yo, what up, my Negro? I'm like, whoa, easy, easy. It's fucking,
holy shit.
it's fucking Steven from Bel Air Direct. I'm like, yo, Steven, relax. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, because maybe that stopped because people would sing along to the songs when they picked up. Yeah, and they're just singing
That's
along.
true, bro.
Maybe that's why. I don't know.
That's a fair reason.
That's actually worth looking into because that would have been something that could have been had potential. Appreciated that. Thought it was a cool thing. I actually had one.
The thought behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it looks like Kempo had to go back to work. Kempo, appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, you know what?
Last few minutes here, but go.
Sorry, us saying like what you just said, Kempo, appreciate you stopping by. Whenever I saw like posts from like celebrities and stuff, not saying we're celebrities at all, but I will charge for autographs. No, like when you see celebrities always, I thank you the fans. I couldn't have done it without you. I was like, horse shit, you don't care about us, fuck you. But like us doing this now, and again, 7 people watching, I get it. I do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day.
Yeah, to come hang out with us.
To sit here and hang out with us. And should this podcast ever become anything, I will not forget you guys. I get it now. And now I take it back to all the celebrities who I called out. I didn't call out, but shat on. I get it. No, you're right. It's about the team supporting you. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. The day ones.
Yeah, the day ones. That's right.
It's all about growth. Start off small, go big. It's like aging.
Or start off small, maybe stay medium for forever, but still better than being small.
Start off small, stay small. Call me Matty's penis.
Wrecked.
Boom.
Wrecked and erect.
Whoa.
Yeah. But again, it was something that really hit home that it's you never know when it's your time. So make sure you tell, and I'm big on that. I make sure you tell people how you feel about them. Like tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your siblings you love them, because you never know, man. You never know.
That is, and honestly, on that note, that is something that I think about all the time. Like you assume some things are just givens, so you don't say it, and you really should. For example, I'll give an example right now.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
No, it's not. But like at the baby shower, one of the reasons again why I love our group so much. I don't know if you're here when I was you were here when I was talking about how much I love our group. There was a moment when I was just standing there having a conversation with your mom. It was just her and I talking, and I was like,
I saw that.
In the moment, I was like, I like this because like we have our own kind of bond. You know what I mean? And like like that I can. It's if Matt's not here, I'm really awkward. Like, no, like, we're both our own independent people. We both care about each other in our own ways. Like, this is nice that I can stand here and have a conversation with you, however short it is. It's nice. And for a second, like, the thought crossed my mind that I want to thank her for at least allowing me to go and crash there before I went on the camping trip, even if it didn't happen. But a conversation just kept going and it didn't happen. And then there was a point where she had to step away to go get something. And I never got a chance to say it. And it's something that I do want to say, so like I'm sure I have to tell her that at some point. Again, even if it didn't happen, but like on your point,
it's a thought. You appreciate the
exactly.
Thought. Yeah, exactly.
And like I appreciate that we're all that close. That like fuck it, Matt doesn't even have to be there. I'll fucking hang out with his parents because they're great people, and our crew's like that. Those are the things that I really appreciate. Lame as that sounds.
No, that's important. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because people are like, it's funny because what time is it? Yeah. So it was like because Kel before baby scenario, like she wasn't very emotional in the sense of like never like she like she cared, but she was never the kind of person who'd be like
empathetic.
Oh, I love you, or like she thinks about it was like, but then as soon as the baby and hormones, like she'd cry at like videos of puppies, and it's like, yo, Kel, what's happened? You changed, man. But it's funny because it's I guess in a way, like it helps you reflect more because it's like because you're just showing your emotion more versus, I don't think she was ever hiding it, but it just wasn't her way of like expressing it. But it's just interesting that, I feel like you always got to tell people because you never know.
You have to. Yeah. And honestly, again, before we run off, because I'd be remiss if I never said this. I got to shout out like my niece and nephews. I appreciate the hell out of them. They teach me way more than I could ever teach them, and I hope they know that. If you guys want a chance to shout out anything that you appreciate in particular.
Yeah, I actually think we should do this at the end of every episode, and then maybe we'll get our chat to tell us things they appreciate. Yeah, we'll end every episode with something we appreciate.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah,
that's how there we go. That's how we don't make this with something that just falls off.
We stay on track. Yeah, living the best lives we can. All right, today's mine, my nieces and nephews, 100%. Appreciate the hell out of those kids.
Lucas, you want to go next?
Yo, I'm appreciative of my girlfriend Christina, who's been driving my ass around since I have no car. It's been making my life super fucking easy. Having no car fucking sucks, especially in Mississauga. So greatly appreciate, just I don't know, people going out of their way for you, not expecting anything in return. Specifically, my girlfriend at this time.
Christina, I hope you're keeping track of your miles or your kilometers. Charge that man. Charge them.
$70 a kilometer.
Minimum.
That's fair.
Minimum.
I would just say I'm appreciative of everyone that I had spoken to at some point over this past weekend, because I'm not big on celebrating my birthday, but to see that people want to celebrate it with me means a lot, because I personally don't care. Like, for me, it's just another year, but to know that people wanted to enjoy that with my presence, I really appreciate that. So shout out to everyone that I touch base with, and whether in person or even over a text. I appreciate all of you guys.
And if you didn't make it this weekend, no, I'm just kidding. Oh man. There you go. Genuinely, sounds cliche. Appreciate you guys coming out today.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Y'all have a good Sunday. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Get him, Matt. Put your mask on. COVID.